Hey guys, it's Ed from the Edamus. I just wanted to make a real quick video to touch on one thing that I was thinking of the past couple of days while making the listening video. I have a friend in Japan. They've been there, it's their first time there. They're on the working, and they had mentioned something about discrimination, how they found the Japanese to be somewhat racist, and I wanted to touch on that. I lived in Japan for about 1 year total. I studied abroad there twice, from September 2010 till the big earthquake, 3/11, and then I went back recently to study abroad yet again in March, and just came back in August last month. So I lived in Tokyo. I went to Sophia University, and in my experience, racism or discrimination does exist, but there are reasons behind it. I'm going to name two of the reasons that I think that discrimination happens in Japan. One, it's because other dumb motherfucking foreigners did stupid shit before. So, for example, you see those, gaikokujin wa dame, like signs that you say, no foreigners allowed, or things like that. Well, why do you think they don't allow foreigners into like maid cafes and things like that? It's because we don't know what the hell to do. We don't know the proper channels, not channels, but we don't know the proper rules and things like that. And, honestly, if you're wanting to go to a random, maid cafe or whatever, themed cafe in some small town in Tokyo, I mean, what are you doing? I'm just kidding. But, seriously, you look at that, and you're like, well, why can't I go in? It's probably because previously to you seeing this sign, some dumb fucker went in there and was like, I'm a foreigner, and didn't know what the hell they were doing. Didn't follow in, probably touch girls, do something bad. You just avoid that. And they didn't know, so it sucks for the rest of us. You know what you do then? You could be like Debito and fight it. Debito Arudo. I'll post a link to his website. He's an interesting guy. You can look at him. I'm not supporting or not supporting. I'm just saying he's interesting. You can see and follow him accordingly. Or not follow him, but read it about him. Anyway. You know what you do in those cases? You can follow what Debito does, or don't give them your money. Simple as that. You won't let me in, but this guy will let me in. Guess what? He gets my money. Simple as that. If you wanted to go to that type of cafe, there are places that allow foreigners, maybe in Shinjuku, Kabukicho, things like that. Anyway, the second reason of discrimination is something that actually the previous guy I mentioned, David, has touched on, is I believe microaggressive discrimination is what he calls it. I honestly don't remember. And basically what it is it's involuntary. So on the train, no one sits next to you because you're a foreigner. You could smell, but that's probably not the reason. Probably the reason is they don't want to talk to you. Because what do foreigners do on trains? We talk to people. Whenever I ride the train in Japan, I try to make sure that it looks like that I'm not going to talk to anyone. And generally people sit next to me. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but if you think about a New York train as compared to a Tokyo train, the biggest differences that I've noticed is that the Japanese Tokyo train is dead quiet. You're riding that JR 207, and you're like, no one's fucking talking. They're all just sitting there, looking at their phone, their keitai, sleeping, staring into space. You go to a New York train, they're all talking to strangers, to their friends, on their phones, what have you. So, the biggest difference is that one, foreign, that's what Japanese people see, is they see that we're very friendly and we want to talk to people. It's not that it's a bad thing, but on the train, that's just not train etiquette, so they don't like that. So they won't want to sit next to you because they might be afraid. Because you're going to talk to them. And you know what their number one fear is? Having to speak English. Not all of them, obviously, but they don't want to speak English to you. They don't want to talk to you. They're just going from here to there. That could be the reason. Now, there is probably another instance of quote-unquote discrimination, but actually it's not discrimination at all. It's just trying to be helpful. What it is, in my opinion, is when you don't understand Japanese, like one part, they assume you don't understand anything. So they'll speak English to you. And that is a huge affront to certain foreigners. To me, it's just like, oh, you're trying to be helpful. Thank you. Like, for example, my first time ever going into a konbini, when they're like, "Fukuro irimasen ka?" I'm like, what? I was like, what did they say? I thought she called me old. That's just because my Japanese is terrible. But what did she say after that one? I was like, eh? Nani? Do you want a bag? I'm like, oh, please. I would love a bag because I don't know the word for bag. And then I learned the word for bag. Even still, sometimes I'll be like, what? When they speak English to you, it's not because they're just like, God damn, foreigner doesn't know Japanese. Maybe. But they're generally, they're just saying, oh, I didn't understand. Maybe I spoke too fast. Do you need a bag? That type of feeling. It's not to be bad. That's in my experience. You know, I've had active discrimination, but it's like from some old drunk guy who just spit at me. I can't handle that. Drunk people spit at me here. They spit at everyone. They're mad. They're drunk. Ah. And then discrimination on the train. Well, train's a whole other thing. You think that it's like all against you. Like you're on that busy crowded train and you're like, oh, fuck. Everyone's around me. What do I do? You're standing in front of the door. The door opens. Holy shit, what do? You move. But, you know, someone pushes you. You're like, they pushed me because I'm a foreigner. No, they push you because you're in the fucking way. Move. So, that's my idea of Japanese discrimination or racism. It does exist, but generally it's just because of other reasons. I mean, and the reasons are absolutely valid. Now, let me know what you think. Post in the comments, what do you think about Japanese discrimination? Have you experienced it while living in Japan? Or have you read about it or something like that? What is your take on it? And let's talk it out. Let's figure it out. Because I know for my instance, I don't think it's a real active thing. It's not like the 1960s here, or even now with the anti-gays trotting about with their signs, or stopping gay marriage and all that. Hoop-de-doo. You know, that's active discrimination. This is inactive. So let me know what you think. This video is a little weird, a little rambling, and I apologize. Spur of the moment, I just finished working out. Nah, well, not finished. A while ago. And just wanted to let you know, or wanted to know what you guys think about that. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, wherever that is. And, yeah, cool beans. Thanks, guys.